Hey guys, how you doing? It's Elstonation here. So, I'm doing a bit of a roundup slash summary slash also possibly a little bit of a buyer's advice guide on what to do in regards to it. I'll let you in on a little secret of what I used to do, and a lot of people will probably hate me for this, but hey ho. Thank you to everyone that's subscribed recently. It's quite amazing the response I've been getting. It's quite interesting. I'm actually catching up with Andy2D6, who shot ahead of us and the rest of the Chillin' War Gamers, and I said I'd catch him up, and I'm actually starting to catch him up now, which is quite nice. So thank you very much, and Andy, I will catch you. But yes, it's been awesome. Getting everyone's response from it. It's nice to know that it's appreciated. Thank you to Lost My Wings, who's he wrote a very long comment on one of the previous videos, and it could be construed as a rant, but it's not. And it's very interesting because I want to throw a question out here. Do you think I'm American, or do you think I'm from Europe? Question to you. So for all of those who know me, know where I'm from and everything like that, don't bother. For a lot of you, that's going to be an obvious question. But it was generally, he threw up the question of, he wasn't entirely sure on my accent. So yeah, generally quite interesting on that one. So thank you to Lost My Wings. I will be picking your brains about pronunciations and in regards to things as well. So yeah. So this is a bit of a roundup of what we got so far. So we've covered all the basic rules of the Crusade Army list. Now, before anyone jumps down my neck about I've missed this, I missed that out, there are stuff that's been added to the rules that I have not seen yet. And it's been added and will come on in later books. And it also will be added into the big tomes and stuff like that. And there's stuff in the big tomes that wasn't in the little books. Also haven't covered any of the Legion specific stuff, which we will do, don't worry, we are going to get to that. It just takes a little bit of time to get through everything. What I'm hoping on doing is basically taking my time with each Legion, having a good read up on them, checking out the fluff, checking out the rules, checking out backgrounds, all that kind of stuff, and it'd be really nice to see what each Legion is. Also as well, because there was a comment about me being a hand modeler, I'm also going to put some models down as well, so that people have something to look at. There's some legs, there's a body, so if that will go on. So yeah, these are my Thousand Suns work in progress. On that fact as well, I am doing a tutorial. This is the guy I'm doing a tutorial on. I did do a tutorial on this guy, and it was filmed and everything, but what I had a problem with is the way I do the red is slightly abrasive towards other paints, and I found out I had to do a few certain things to make sure it didn't happen. And it wasn't a very good tutorial because it was me going backwards and forwards and backwards and forwards and stuff like that, and it wasn't very good. So I decided to start again, and I'm going to work on this guy. But yeah, I've already filmed up to this stage with him, so that is coming. Also as well, I'd like to get your opinion. I'm doing some Ultramarines at the moment. And I have to say thank you to a friend of mine, Matthew Kane, who was a previous Forge World painter, who sort of gave me the idea of the technique. I did it slightly differently to how he did it, but the methodology is kind of the same. And the camera's really not doing it justice at the moment. I'll get some showcase videos done as well. Cool, and I'm also working on some other Ultramarines. Some of the Praetorians, I need to get some shoulder pads on those guys. Yeah, there's plenty of stuff going on. I'll tell you what, let's bring Curves down here as well. A Batman. And, why not, for giggles, is Iron Man. Okay, so yeah, just for a bit of a giggle. Oh, actually, I'll tell you what, we'll get one more in there just because it's funny. And let's go with Orange Horus. I haven't really showed this guy off properly yet, so yeah, Orange Horus. Right, so getting back on topic then. I wanted to do a little bit of a buyer's guide. What I would advise starting off with, I would always advise, and I would never keep to it myself, is buying something, painting it up, and then buying something else. However, part of me also says don't do that, because it's a lot quicker batch painting. If you've got all of them, it's a lot more soul destroying because you've got to do hundreds, and in 30k there's even more than there is in 40k, so it is soul destroying. However, what you will find is the colour will be the same across the whole army. You could write down, if you're good at getting the technique down, and if you are going to do it differently, write down what you did and what you used, so you can replicate it again in the future. Okay, so yeah, part of me says buy something and then paint it, and another part of me just says buy loads of stuff and then paint it all. Up to you. However, as friends of mine say, there's a hobby magpie syndrome. It's shiny and you'll want it, basically. So you'll probably find if you get hooked into it, you will just carry on buying it. Just a piece of buyer's guide on how I accumulated so much stuff right from the start with 30k. What I did was what Forge World won't do, and that's sell bits. So I would buy in when it was just Forge World doing the Legion Tactical bundles, where it was 30 guys for 160 quid, something like that. And I would basically break down all the parts and I would sell them on eBay. So I'd sell a set of 5 legs, and 30 guys, 5 legs, that's 6. If you sell them for 5 to 10 quid each, that's 60 quid right off the bat there. And then you've got the torsos, the heads went for quite a lot. You probably can't really do that anymore with the Betrayal account coming out. Possibly can't do that. However, you might be able to do it with other special squads, basically. It's a lot of work as well, because you've got to stay on top of the eBay things, and you've got to post them, and you've got to make sure you're getting your money back. But basically what you'll find is you won't be able to sell everything in one hit. So you will start accumulating parts. And what you might do is, say, okay, I'm going to keep 10 of them, but I'm going to sell the rest. Make your money back so you can do another purchase again. Keep 10, sell the rest. And then you're basically getting a free army out of it. That's the way I started off doing it. Later on, I got better jobs, I got paid more, so I just bought stuff. So I still sell stuff on eBay every now and again. I like selling painted stuff now, so it goes to a good home, and yeah, it's just nicer that way. I feel like I've accomplished something. So getting back to the buyer's guide, an essential purchase I would definitely say is this Betrayal at Calth box set. It's just brilliant, to be honest with you. The amount of stuff you get in it is well worth it, especially for the Terminators. Dreadnought, some people said the Dreadnought is better than Forge World, and I don't honestly understand that. It's not. It's static. You've got to cut it up to make it posable, whereas the Forge World ones you can customize and make them look awesome. Yeah, and they got a bit more detail on them. So, yeah. I mean, if you're happy cutting up and magnetising, there's nothing wrong with them, by all means. I'm not dissing it by any means. It's nice having a Contemptor for such a cheap price. But, not in comparison to Forge World. Forge World I feel is nicer, but that's just me. Second thing I would suggest is getting this Legionnaires Astartes Crusade Amulet. Now this is the limited edition one that comes in black. The other ones come in red. There's no real difference, basically. So just bear that in mind. And if you're choosing one of the Esteban campaign legions. This one again. This is in red. However, I did get a comment from someone saying this is sold out or out of stock. My serious hope is that it is just out of stock at the moment and they're getting more in. If they're not producing it anymore, that would be a real shame. But I'm not going to go into politics. That's just politics. Right, what else to get? I would definitely say Forge World Upgrade sprues for your specific legion, because it just adds so much more character to it. Some more Contemptor weapons I definitely think would be advisable. The transfers for your legion as well, I definitely think are worthwhile, because if you can get the transfers working well, they look amazing. There is a transfer, how to apply transfers or decals, sorry, properly and make them look brilliant, coming on the Chilling Wargamers channel. It's been ready for a good couple of months now. However, I'm still waiting on a certain Chilling Wargamer to do something, and I'm going to pester him to see if I can get it done so I can get it out, and then I'll link you guys in a link to the tutorial. I don't know if on third, fourth or whatever at the moment, but I would definitely suggest some tanks. The tanks are the fun part of the Horus Heresy for me, because there's so many of them. There's so many different kinds. So much more variation in weaponry compared to 40k in my books. What you'll find is you don't have Razorbacks, or you don't have like the Stalkers, like they're the AA Rhino variant sort of things. Most of the other things are in there. Trying to think of something that's not. Storm Ravens and Storm Talons are not in 30k either, so don't bother getting them. However, some of the flyers, they're really nice. They can be a pain to put together. Check on YouTube, there's loads of people with advice and tips and videos and stuff on how to do that. What else? I'll let you run away with your own imaginations on it. The super heavies for Horus Heresy are mega fun. They are a project, so take your time with them. Don't try and rush them and bash them out quick. They take time. But yeah, they are awesome. Stuff like Spartans, Land Raider Proteus, the Land Raider Phobos. If you can tailor your army to look a bit like a 30k army, then you're on to a winner. However, it's not essential. Like, if the army was the right colour, then I wouldn't honestly mind too much. And when it comes to proxying and stuff like that, I just get infuriated when people are changing weapons out. And they're saying this is this and this is that. But then when it comes to shooting it, they actually change it back to the profile that it's modelled with, not what they proxied it to. That gets infuriating, but that's a whole different topic on its own. So, yeah, that's kind of it in regards to it. I would say also don't be limited to just GW and Forge World. There are other companies doing parts, and whatever you feel your Legion needs to look like, go with that, basically. Don't bother doing anything you don't want to. Just do what you want to do. Design it the way you want to design it. There's so much interpretation into it that you can't really go wrong. Like with the Ultramarines, there's 250,000 Ultramarines. Now, I don't know many people with 1,000 Space Marines in one specific chapter or legion. So, basically there can be, if everyone had 1,000 Marines, then there would be 250 different variations of a chapter. However, Legion, I guess you could roll up to 10,000 Marines if you really wanted to. However, I don't know anyone that really has space for that amount. However, it is what it is. So, yeah, that's kind of it for the kind of the roundup. The rules, I've covered that. Have a look at that. I can't be bothered to go through it, to be honest, because there's just so much. there's check up on the difference between the 40k rules and the 30k rules. Double check those because there are some variations in that. But yeah, generally it's a kind of new rule set, so it does give you a lot of variation and a lot of flexibility to it as well. So I'm kind of rambling here. However, I think that's about it for the present moment in time on the ramble. Now, I generally would be intrigued to find out where you would like this series to go next. I've got ideas of stuff I'm going to do. I will do that. However, it would be nice to get your ideas on what you want to do. A lot of people want me to have a look at Mechanicum. We will have a look at Mechanicum. Solar Auxilia is being covered by another YouTuber. We might get around to that at some point, if I ever decide to collect them, or we'll have a look at them. If there's a specific Legion you want to see first, that'd be interesting to see if there's a majority vote. Or, yeah, generally, what you'd like to see. And any ways to improve, basically. I'm not overly fussed. I'm going to carry on doing what I'm doing. And I'm guessing you guys will carry on doing what you're doing. So thank you very much for watching, guys. Take it steady, and I'll catch you all in the next video. See you later, and goodbye.